Dietrich had recommended that the news be conveyed to Ella whenever the destination of departure was determined. But such a thing did not exist in the first place. In a world where Fenric didn't exist, Presepe had nowhere to go. No. Something must have gone wrong. Yes, that may actually be the case. Who dares to assert that after all the character settings had disappeared, such mistakes could not have occurred? Therefore, poor Presepe had no choice but to ask Ella, who had come looking for her late, to summon a carriage for her. It was as if Dietrich, keeping his promise to finally grant her freedom, did not try to prevent her or get in her way. As for the companion, for security reasons, he was an unexpected person. Siegfried himself. However, in front of the carriage Siegfried was not standing alone. You keep saying nauseating words as if it were a normal thing. Tell me, why should I help your knights? It is true that the beasts of the Forbidden Forest have calmed down recently, but no one can guarantee that this will remain the case. As the Knight Commander, it is my responsibility to prepare for any possible emergency. Then why do I have to put up with this? It seemed that his cruel disposition did not change even after his settings were cleared. The Forbidden Forest still contains countless unknown creatures. Monsters, plants, whatever. And you are a great wizard, so you undoubtedly know more about them than me. A knight will come to you shortly with the previous reports. At least take a look at them. I have submitted the matter to His Majesty the Emperor, and you cannot refuse it from your position. It's really unfortunate, but, Siegfried. I can't read. Ivan. This time Siegfried seemed angry too, so he called his name a little louder. But his anger quickly faded when his eyes fell on Presepe, who was standing at a distance from them. All hail, Mrs. Siegfried and Ivan bowed in formal greeting. But Presepe showed no reaction. She just looked at them with a dry, expressionless face. I am Knight Commander Siegfried. I will escort you safely to where you ordered. And I am Ivan, the Great Wizard. Siegfried smiled as he greeted her, while Ivan glanced coldly at Presepe, then suddenly turned his head away, turning his attention to Siegfried. Knight Commander, let me make it clear beforehand. I want the reports to be condensed to 3 pages or less. I, unlike some, do not have spare time. Do you know what I mean? Well, I'll go then. Mrs. Those were parting words devoid of any soul. Ivan paused for a moment, staring at Presepe, then without any remorse, he turned and walked steadily towards the magic tower. A really striking face. But that's it. This did not arouse within him any desire, nor did it stir any distinct feeling in him. All that was filling Ivan's mind at that moment was thinking about the magic research he had left on hold a while ago. Please excuse him. The Great Wizard is far from decency and politeness, it's okay. What? No matter what it is, let's go right now. Quickly. It seemed a bit strange, but Siegfried nodded as if he understood and agreed. Wait a minute, I want you to ride too, Knight Commander. You mean me? The guard is handled by the knights anyway, and I have some questions for you. Is it something that bothers you? No, it's not like that, but... Then it's okay. Get up. Her order sounded like an urgency, so Siegfried had no choice but to ride. So, I don't recall hearing a name called Fenric. If he were a knight, I would definitely know him. The number is not small, but I memorize everyone's names without exception. Mrs. He answered sincerely, but no response came. Siegfried narrowed his eyes as he looked at Presepe. She was staring out the window with a strange face. A face that suggests sadness, as if he too was drowning in despair. Then Siegfried could not ask another question. He could not ask who Fenric was, nor why she was looking for him. Instead, as if trying to dispel the darkness that had settled in, he stared outside for a moment and then spoke again. But, may I ask why you want to go to that place? If this is not impolite, of course, the place Presepe is headed to is Fenric's house. Or rather, the place where his home should have been. In this world in which all values have been erased and many things have changed, what was based on that place may be something else entirely. But she didn't ask Siegfried to know in advance. She wanted to investigate for herself, and also, she was afraid she wouldn't find anything. Sorry? I just want to go. She knew the answer was strange, but she couldn't find an alternative. She did not have the energy for a long conversation with Siegfried at that moment. Whether he understood her meaning or not, Siegfried remained silent. It wasn't long until the cart stopped. Ah, it looks like we've arrived. Wait a minute, I'll accompany you, but his sentence was not complete. As she did on the ascent, Presepe jumped up alone, quickly without turning around. So, when I got off the cart. She stood with a pale, astonished face, staring at an empty plot of land. There was nothing. Nothing at all. No trace appeared. That palace, the one that brought her and Fenrik together in their most precious memories, was gone. To disappear without a trace? That there is no evidence left of Fenrik's existence? It was a heart-wrenching feeling. Because it is one of the few empty lands left in the capital, I heard that nobles are competing for it. Siegfried said, staring at the empty floor. You see those standing there? They are nobles who all covet this land. They come every day and put pressure on the merchants. The high price makes it difficult for them to buy openly, so they try to take advantage of their connections. But since its area is large and its price is very high, it may remain abandoned until, oh, isn't that the knight commander? A man's voice suddenly rose, and Siegfried's face stiffened slightly. Are you interested in this land too? I've never heard of that before. I am not interested in this land. But first you must say hello. This is Mrs. Ah, so this is the one who started the rumor. Two dead eyes without any sparkle turned towards the man. It is Noche Duverne. He scrutinized Presepe with his eye. The emperor must have lost his mind then. She was not an attractive woman enough to deserve to be locked in the tower. Perhaps the emperor's taste was strange, as was his case. Noah Duverne finished his bold thoughts that could not be said out loud, then gave an exaggerated bow. Is this land your refuge, Duke? I think you already own a house in the town. Yes, but for some reason I'm not comfortable with antiques anymore. Antiques? They say that tastes change with age, but suddenly I got goosebumps from her. Really disturbing. Noah Duverne continued talking without stopping, but Presepe paid him no attention. The quantities are large. If I get rid of them, I will lose a lot, and if I sell them, the merchants are limited. So I used the house as a warehouse, and I am now looking for a new land. I understand. Siegfried responded coldly, as if his conversation did not matter to him at all, and then returned his gaze to Presepe. If you have finished what you wanted, shall we return to the palace? Mrs. No, it's okay. She said it in a voice that sounded choked. I will pass by another place. Take the knights and return to the palace. Leave only one servant. What? But it's too dangerous. How can you be alone? Sorry, Knight Commander, this is not a request, but an order. You get what I mean, right? No matter how deposed a princess is, Siegfried will not despise or ignore her like the others. This was a reflection of his original nature, not the preparation imposed on him. She was aware of this when she spoke. But, or will you also refuse to carry out my order? No, it's not that. I'm just worried about your safety. Don't follow me. I said it clearly. Thank you for getting me here. Now, goodbye. I quickly cut off the conversation and got into the carriage without hesitation. The servant, who was watching the situation warily, turned his gaze to Siegfried as if to ask him what to do, but Presepe decided the matter. They had no other choice. The carriage drove off, kicking up dust, leaving Siegfried and Noah Duvern alone in front of the empty lot. Contrary to what is rumored, she seems to have a strong nature. Noah Duvern said, shrugging his shoulders. Choose your words, Noah Duvern. Siegfried replied in a tone dripping with distress, and he let out a short sigh. Then he stood silent, unable to understand what was going on, just watching the cart that moved away little by little.